Good evening and good day, whatever time it is for you. I'm thankful that you're here. I'm looking forward to spending some time with you. Yes, you. And I'm psyched. There's a few people in here. There's some comments already. Addict to Quit with Zach. Zach, so nice to see you. Raja in the house. Hey, Raja, welcome in. Maddie is here. Raja, I don't think you've ever been in my house before. I've seen you over at Kevin's before, but I've never seen you here. I am so psyched that you're here. And the critter life in the house. Wow, it is a true after party. Sometimes the after party is not a Kevin's after party, but today it's a Kevin's live stream after party. So if you're joining from Kevin's live stream and it's your first time here, welcome in, welcome in. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Tara. I'm a peer support specialist, and I specialize in supporting people who are in recovery from mental health conditions and also substance misuse. So if that's you, you're in the right place. If it's not you, you're in the right place. We're a group of supportive people. We like to help each other get through whatever it is that we're going through. So while I have my specialties, no one is off limits, no topic is off limits. All that I do ask is that we be respectful of other people's perspectives and what other people are going through. Know that everybody has a different experience in life, a different background. We all have different cultures and different religions, and you're all welcome here. This is a judgment-free zone. And so thanks for showing up. It's nice to see you all this evening. Let's see what we got. Megan in the house, KG in the house. We've got some good company this evening. I am super psyched to see y'all here. Ben in the house. Hey, Ben, always nice to see you. You're still Ben Bacon as Meat Candy Turner, right on. I thought you would have changed that by now, but I know you gotta wait. So, okay, I always forget, but it's not happening tonight. I'm remembering this evening to switch it to live chat because sometimes I miss comments, I know, but I'm gonna try to hit all the comments this evening. If y'all are going gangbusters on the comments, or if my voice goes out, I might not get to everything, but I'm gonna do my best to get to everything. Raja, you're driving to B-Dubs right now? I haven't been to B-Dubs in a hot minute. The last time I went to B-Dubs, I was doing an Instacart delivery. I haven't actually gone there for wings in the longest time, but it sounds so good right now. You're actually making my mouth water. If you are, in fact, talking about Buffalo Wild Wings, that is. So Raja says, I still drink, even though I've been off the fent for a few weeks. Well, that's totally cool, Raj. There's nobody here saying you have to stop drinking. I personally have been in recovery from alcohol and marijuana. Had a little stint of cocaine there for a hot minute. Not proud of that, but I did go through it. Keyword is I went through it. But there's no requirement that you be any kind of off of anything in order to be here. I'm so glad you're here. And just know that if you ever do want support with anything, whether it be fentanyl, which congratulations, being off of it for 2 weeks, that is not an easy thing to do. And I am so proud to hear that you have made it a couple weeks off of fent. I'm wondering, Raja, if you have come up with a recovery plan or, like an emergency plan in the event that you maybe start to have cravings again. I hesitate to say that. I certainly don't want to plant a seed or anything. Maybe you're just not going to want it at all. I certainly, though, even coming off of marijuana, which I know does not compare to coming off of fent, I hold you all in a very high regard, who are coming off the really hardcore opiates. That is not for the faint of heart. It takes a real warrior to do something like that. I think any type of recovery, whether you're in recovery from a mental health condition, a drug, whatever it is, it takes a warrior. Recovery is not, like we said, for the faint of heart. And so for me, a recovery plan has worked wonders. I'm wondering if you have something like that. Maddie in the house. Okay, everyone, don't worry, I'm here. Where is that little love monkey called Tara? Hello, is this thing on? Well, she's right here, Maddie. She's right here. We had a good old time over at Kevin, his Kick and Addiction channel. I just love his channel. He streams, he's a very strong streamer. The energy is really good over there. We had a great conversation. Lots of people showed up to show him support and to support each other. So, Kevin, if you are in here, thank you for a great stream. And if you're watching the replay, what's up, man? Good job today. Raja, but I don't drink often. I'm 25. I go out here and there. Right on, Raja. That's cool, man. That's cool. I'm cool with that. If you're cool with it, I'm cool with it. Maddie. Also, Raja, I'm slightly jealous, not in a bad way, not in an envious kind of way or anything, but just like I'm slightly jealous that you don't drink often because when I was drinking, I couldn't help but do it all the time. So my hat's off to you. You sound like a social drinker to me. Maddie, did I ever tell you guys about the time when I was very young and I put a lima bean so far up my nose that it had to be taken to the emergency room? Maddie, why did you put a lima bean up your nose? What did you think you were trying to accomplish? And have you ever done anything similar since? Any weird foreign or not foreign, but any objects up your nose since the lima bean? Zach says, I drink very rarely, but enjoy it once every 5 years or so. That is so hard for me to wrap my head around. Zach, thank you for sharing that. I cannot understand how people can only have a drink once every 5 years. Like, so in terms of my plan for long-term recovery, I really don't know if I will ever drink again. I got clean and sober in Alcoholics Anonymous, and some of you are probably familiar with the program and know that they have a zero tolerance policy. It's all or nothing with AA. Now that I've gone through peer support specialist training, I actually have a different perspective and think that it's up to the individual to decide what recovery means to them. And that's what the data shows is the most effective way to run a recovery, is to make it self-guided to where the individual can make the decision on what they want their recovery to look like. For me, what does that mean? Does it mean that I'll ever pick up alcohol again? I don't know. I haven't actually decided, because for a long time in AA, I thought I would never have a drink again. And that was terrifying to me. I couldn't do it. So I had to focus on one day at a time, and that made it easier. But now I'm like, if I get to the point where I consider myself recovered, which I almost feel like I'm there, would I want to try to have a drink again? I don't know. I don't think I'm there. I don't think I want to go there at this point in time. I think it would be a slippery slope. And it's only been about 2 months since I was going through some pretty serious cravings. It hasn't been that long. So perhaps once I get to, like Kevin always talks about on his channel with coming off of Suboxone, if you've been stable for about a year on subs or any kind of bupe medication or something similar, methadone, whatever the case may be, I like Kevin's perspective that a year is a general good rule of thumb to have stability for that period of time before you start thinking about coming off of a substance like that, that's helping to protect your sobriety or your recovery or whatever word you want to use to describe your recovery. So for me, since I was having serious cravings, if y'all been following me for a while, you know I went through it a couple months ago. And thank God I made it through the other side, recovery intact, no slips, thank God. But I will never, I like Kevin's rule of thumb. And I think even though my recovery is from alcohol, marijuana, and the Coca-Cola, I think having a year of recovery without cravings under my belt is what I'm going to require for myself before I start entertaining recreational use. But even as I say it, I kind of like twinge a little bit. I don't know if that's a road I'll ever go down, but Good news, I don't have to make that decision today. Oh, and Zach said, just somehow never liked it that much. You are one lucky duck, Zach. I had a serious problem with alcohol. I just liked everything else so much more, I think, says Zach. Yeah, it's interesting how we're all different, you know? And I liked it all too. I liked it all too. I just, with pills for me, they made me black out because I always mixed them with alcohol. And I would black out with alcohol too, but at least if I was drinking, it would be a gradual process to where I could remember part of my evening. Whereas if I mixed pills and alcohol, I just would black out like that and wake up in random, sometimes scary places. B-dubs, yum yum. Megan, it is so nice to see you in here, friend. How are you doing? Megan, do you want to provide, maybe you did this already, but do you want to provide any updates for us to tell us what's going on with you? It doesn't have to be recovery related. It can just be like, hey, how's life? Artem in the house. Hey, Artem, nice to see you. Yeah, Raja says, I've never been here before. If y'all don't know, I'm a recovered fent addict. I am so happy that you're here, Raja. And I am also very happy to hear that you consider yourself recovered. I think that is fantastic news. It's got to be one of the most challenging things to work through. I'd be interested, Raja, in hearing how you did it. How did you go from being a fent addict to being recovered? If you are so inclined and interested in sharing that with us, I want some tips and tricks from you, friend. The critter life. I think I said what's up to you when I saw your name pop up, but if I didn't, welcome in. It's nice to have your company here. And Artem says, I'm here too. Hello. I'm so glad you are, Artem. I hope you're getting some stretch time in right now. I hope that since you're here, I'm hoping that you're also doing some breathing work and taking care of yourself. I'm so glad you're here. I just want to encourage you to self-care. Also, I had to do some self-care today. I had to prioritize, and I'm like, it's been a little, it's been like a day since I've taken a shower, and maybe I could just wear pigtails in the live stream tonight. But I was like, you know what? I need to self-care. I need to I need to wash my hair and do it. And I feel better, by the way. Raja, I'm still young. I enjoy my beer and wings. Yeah, B-Dubs has got plenty of those. I love how y'all welcome each other in. I know I say that well, not every stream. I know I say that often, but I just love the love that's going around here. If you're new around here, welcome in. I'm so glad you're here. And if you're just joining us, my name is Tara. I'm a peer support specialist. I work with people in recovery from substance misuse and mental health conditions, and I am so glad you're here. Feel free to drop a comment. Let us know who you are. Let us know how you found us, or let us know what it is that you're going through. What do you need support with? Also, I want to say, I didn't say this earlier. I was thinking to myself, what if people aren't comfortable sharing what they're going through in the comments? They're not going to type it. Like, someone just joining us for the first time might not feel comfortable typing a comment like that, saying like, I just went through this traumatic thing, or, XYZ could have happened, and maybe they don't feel comfortable with it. If you're ever looking for some one-on-one support with something, there is a link in the description. I just got on a platform called Clarity. per Kevin's lead, Kevin over at Kick and Addiction does the same thing. If you're looking for some male support, meaning not a female, but a man. So if you want his support, you can get his Clarity link from the description of his channel. And I'm now offering the same service. So it's private, one-on-one, totally confidential. I'm on it now. So rock and roll. Here we go. I'm available for you. Yeah, what kind of wing sauce you getting, Raja? That's a good question, the critter life. Oh, I missed a Raja comment. It says, I've had stints with every substance, to be honest. I still smoke weed and drink alcohol, but not every day. I do coke once in a while, but fent was my big issue. Well, I hear you, Raja. Those were all three of those were my lifelines. I would go as far as to say that I could not live without those things. And so I totally get where you're at. And I just want you to know that you have my full support. And that goes for every single one of you, no matter what part of recovery you're in. Even if you're engaging with substances that I personally have let go of myself, I still support you. I still want to be a cheerleader for your recovery journey. And I'm just glad that, like, Raja, it's his first time. I'm so glad, Raja, that you feel comfortable sharing that with us. Like, it is a high compliment to me that even though I have let go of those things, you feel comfortable enough to share that you still engage with things like that. And you have my support 100%. So thanks for sharing that. Megan, Tara, your energy is beautiful and strong tonight. Oh, thanks, Megan. That's a really sweet thing for you to say. I'm very excited for your new chapter. Stay tuned for a new backdrop, y'all. Yes, yes. I almost titled this stream the last live stream from this location or something similar to that. But truly, and I haven't even gotten to the topic yet, truly, what's actually going on, like even more important than this being the last time you'll see this background, although I might still sit in front of a white wall. I haven't figured out, I don't know, I haven't even tested out new configurations. I've just been doing this for the past, what's it been, like 4 months now since I've been doing this. So we will see what the new backdrop looks like. Keep an eye out. Next Monday, I still don't know what the topic is going to be. I just wasn't inspired to pick something yet. So if you've got a topic that you want to hear about, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to pick something wherever the wind blows me. Or I might just wing it, like B-dub style. Maddie, Artie is never tardy. No, he's not, Maddie. Artem is proudly ignorant. That's his screen name, and he is he's a very punctual live stream attendee, and I just love his energy, his company. Even I hope that Artem is doing some breathing and stretching exercises because I know how important that is to him. And even when you're just here, like listening, and like this might sound kind of far out, and I realize that, but your energy, your presence is very valued, and that goes for everybody here. I'm so glad that everybody is here right now. I just think that it's wonderful, Artem, how you consistently show up and show support for the channel. It's greatly appreciated. Artem, Matt is definitely not a cat. Okay, so Artem is commenting right now. Wow, I'm impressed. Oh, Raja, Buffalo fam, hot or mild, and you can't go wrong with ranch. It's been a long time since I've had ranch with my wings. I like the medium. The hot is a little too spicy for my taste, but mild's not quite there for me. So I'm a medium kind of girl. If I have hot wings, then I have to have the ranch. There's no way I can have hot wings without the ranch. But I can do the medium just straight up. Blue cheese actually sounds really good to me right now for some reason, and that's weird because I'm not a typical blue cheese lover, but my mouth is watering thinking about some medium wings and blue cheese. Go figure. Yeah, Kevin is generous, strong, and sweet, Megan. I agree. Kevin, if you can hear this right now, I echo what Megan said. You are generous, strong, and sweet, and we appreciate you. The Critter Life says, "Oh heck yeah, I'm like an hour and a half from the nearest B Dubs, and I think I'm about to be listening to this stream in the truck." Nice. It's nice to catch inspiration like that. The Critter Life. Follow that. Follow that inspiration is what I think. I'm not telling you what to do or anything, but hey, you only live once, you know? Man, y'all are making me hungry with your comments about the buffalo wings. Zach says, I actually knew Robert Zach's Stack's buff sauce. He was one of the inventors of buff wings in the Buffalo pub. What? How did you meet Robert Stack, Zach? Ben says, Maddie, nice. That's better than my ER visits, man. I need to work on my game, I guess. Wait, what did Maddie say? Artie is never tardy? I'm confused. I don't know what Maddie said, and I can see all the chat. Sometimes I get confused, y'all. Bear with me. Sorry, Ben. I tried. Please give me an A for effort. So Maddie says Terry used to be so bad with the drink. Oh, Terry. I think he meant me, Tara. Sometimes people call me Terry. Tara. Or maybe is there a Terry? Used to be so bad. Now I'm feeling okay, so y'all, like I said, I have moving brain and I don't always understand what every comment is talking about because sometimes I'm behind. Like how far behind am I right now? I'm like 10 minutes. I don't even know how far behind I am, and I'm looking at the clock and the timestamps. I have moving brain. I am convinced that moving brain is a thing. You know, like baby brain, except for I have moving brain right now. So that is why I titled this stream whatever I titled it, something about move. I think I said straight up, I have moving brain. The second part of that is just as important. How was your day? What are you dealing with? What are you going through? What's your update? Tell me about it. Okay, so Terry used to be so bad with the drinking that she had her mail delivered to the bar. I think you're talking about me, Maddie, and it probably would have been way more efficient for me to have my mail delivered to the bar at that point in time. You're right about that. Today, I'm proud to say I don't have to live that way, and I'm so thankful. Y'all, it has been over 3 years since I've had a drink. And I'm coming up on, I was just sharing over on Kevin's channel, I am coming up on 3 years clean and sober, 0 slips on April 2nd of this year. That's in a month. If I make it, it'll be 3 years. I cannot believe it. It is unbelievable. It'll be unbelievable to me until I make it. And even then, it's going to be unbelievable to me. I never would have thought that this girl right here could be clean and sober for 3 years. So we'll see if I make it. Raja, self-guided recovery is definitely the best method. I 100% agree with you, Raj. Could not agree with you more. And I really wish that other recovery agencies, organizations, affiliations would hop on that train, like get with the times and understand that recovery is not black and white. Come Alive Ministries. Hey, James. I'm glad that here you are. Here I am, he says, with a smile. That's perfect. Zach, I never liked alcohol, so that's the only reason I drink. Otherwise, I wouldn't touch it. That's interesting. I've never heard anybody say, I don't like it, so I do it. You're the first person that's ever had that perspective, and I think it's fascinating. Perhaps, perhaps I'll be that way one day, but I think probably because it was such a problem for me at one point, I don't think I'll try it just because I don't like it personally. But for you, I think that's wonderful. Again, a little jelly, just a little. I just thought of something really funny too. At one point, when I was in I'm still in early recovery now. I still consider myself to be in early recovery, but like when I was, 6 months in or something like that, I remember saying something in a meeting like, man, if I could just drink every single day, I would. Like, like if I didn't like alcohol, I would drink every day, according to Zach's perspective. But I had a problem. So I didn't know AA was a zero tolerance thing. Yeah, critter life. So I didn't mean that like zero tolerance and they'll kick you out, but it's all or nothing with it. They say zero alcohol in perpetuity, forever zero alcohol. And I'm like, that sounds so like a punishment. Like that sounds so horrible. But the one day at a time thing I can handle. Alcohol wasn't my thing. Oh, I lost my spot. Whoa, I'm like really behind. Kicking addiction in the house. Hey, Kevin, nice to see you here. I am pulling a Kevin here, and I am really behind. I am so behind right now. Y'all are going off in the comments, which I love to see. I might jump to the live comments just to see what y'all are doing down there because I am pretty far behind at this point. Alcohol wasn't my thing until the end of my active addiction. It's cheap and more reliable to get my hands on. Personally, alcohol is one of the hardest substances to give up still. Megan, I hear you, sister. I hear you. When I stopped drinking alcohol, I started smoking a ridiculous amount of marijuana. Like it was all day, every day, and I was dabbing. I wasn't messing around. I was hitting hard dabs all day long. Huge dab rips. Totally. And I was so proud of myself for not drinking. I still am proud of myself for not drinking since October 18th of 2020 was my last shot of tequila in Mexico. However, my recovery date is April 2nd of 2021 because that is when I gave up all the mind altering stuff. Now, that being said, some people take issue with the fact that I receive ketamine treatment as a therapy. My nurse practitioner is my prescriber, and she prescribes me ketamine treatment. I have treatment usually every week. And some people, I won't name any names or even say who this group of people is, but some people have issues with my ketamine treatment, and that's their right. I respect their opinion. We can agree to disagree, and I'm okay with that. From my perspective, talking about self-defined recovery, I'm totally cool with engaging in a treatment that helps me feel better. It has really, really improved my mental health. And for those of you who have known me for quite some time, you've seen a transformation in me. You've seen a progression. If we're just getting to know each other, feel free to go watch my ketamine playlist. And I'm not condoning ketamine treatment. I'm not saying that it will be a good fit for you. I'm not recommending it to anybody. I'm not a medical health care provider. This is not medical health advice. I'm also not trained to give mental health advice or guidance, although I'm a mental health care professional as a peer support specialist. I do not give advice, though. I try not to, anyways. I do my best to come at this with the supportive hat on and not a I have the answers hat, because I don't have the answers. But what has worked for me is the ketamine treatment in terms of my mental health recovery and even my substance misuse recovery. The ketamine is an important piece of the puzzle, because if I'm getting relief from depression, that's helping every aspect of my life. So talk to your medical health care provider if it's something that you're interested in. It's not a good fit for everybody. Did I see David come in the house? David, down home in the house. Hey, down home. Nice to see you, friend. I'm glad you're here. I swear, David Malton. I did see David Malton come in. Anne Marie in the house. Hey, Anne Marie. I'm so glad you're here. It is popping tonight. It's nice to, and Luke, dang, full house tonight. It's so nice to see y'all. At least this is a full house for me. I'm skipping ahead to the live comments just here for a moment. So I'm going to try to do my best to go back and see the comments that I missed. But fighting for recovery in the house. You're not a name that I recognize from anywhere, but I love your name. Welcome in, Fighting for Recovery. So Anne Marie says, ketamine treatment for me has made such a difference that to deny someone that benefit for prior use doesn't make sense to me. I agree, Anne Marie, and I am so glad that you are also finding relief. Raja's at B-dubs. I hope you enjoyed those wings too. Have one for me. Have a few for me. Artem says, I haven't got to the stretching yet. I've been stuffing face with some burritos so far. I am getting back to the stretching though in a bit. Right on, Artem. Okay, so y'all are making me hungry. I did eat before this, but I'm going to be looking forward to, what am I having for dinner tonight? Some organic grass-fed beef with veggies, blue corn tortilla chips, and I don't have any cookies made, y'all. Y'all know how much I love making sourdough cookies. I did not make cookies the past few days because I've been moving. If y'all didn't know, yes, I have moving brain. So much so that I haven't even made cookies. I can't believe that either. The 3 days is a long time for me to not make sourdough something. So what I've been doing, and since I haven't had the cookies, is just having some straight chocolate chips. I've got some espresso chocolate chips right now that I've been chomping on. I made some sourdough cookies with the espresso chocolate chips the other day, and they were bomb. They kind of tasted like really sweet pancakes. Kevin says, piggyback crew coming through tonight, baby. Smash the like, guys. Thank you so much, Kevin. I am trying to remember to encourage people to smash that like. You do such a good job at reminding people to hit that like. I'm going to pull a Kevin here. We've got 18 people in the stream now and 14 likes. Please smash that like button so that we can draw more people in. The more, the merrier. And lots of new people in here from Kevin's channel tonight. So Kevin, thanks for supporting the piggyback crew. I really enjoy doing this. I live stream every Monday and Wednesday. For the past 4 months, I think I've been doing this, which is wild. Time flies. On Mondays, I go live at 4:15 Pacific Standard Time, and on Wednesdays, I piggyback after Kevin, which is usually around 4:30, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Last week he dropped a bomb on me, and I wasn't ready when he ended. I usually go right after him. I wasn't ready, so I took an hour. I had to eat, and I was mixing cookie dough. So thanks for bearing with me last week, but this week I was ready for it. Even if you had ended early, Kevin, I was ready for it this week. The Critter Life earlier said, yeah, Megan, so hard to quit because it's so easy to get. And I think that's true with a lot of different addictions. You know, people who are addicted to sugar, addicted to, but alcohol, the alcohol thing is real. I can't tell you how often I have to walk past the alcohol aisles to get to the whatever it is in my local Trader Joe's, which is my favorite grocery store. I have to go down the alcohol aisle to get the blue corn tortilla chips, which are my favorite. It doesn't phase me anymore, but if I'm having a rough time, I'll admit it's kind of overwhelming to see it all there. Some people they're in recovery from cults. I know a few people who are in recovery from cults, so overly, um, what's a good word to use here? Um, Not overly, that's not what I mean. What I mean to say is some people are very strong in their religious beliefs, and that can actually be triggering to some people. So I love how here we're all being respectful of other people's beliefs and everybody is playing nice. Thank you so much, everybody, for showing up and playing nice this evening. I've known people also who are in recovery from things um, like shopping addictions. That would be a hard one too, because we have to shop, we have to eat, we have to shop. Uh, those would be challenging. Zach says, yeah, Megan, I think watching my dad as an alcoholic is part of why I also really don't like drinking. I don't like the smell or even the feeling after the first hour. Mm. Yeah, my dad is a heavy drinker. I can't say whether he's an alcoholic or not because that's for him to say. And I used to love drinking with him. I actually have not seen him in person since I've been in recovery, and I would love to see him. I just think it would be very difficult for me to not drink if he's drinking. So I've got to protect my sobriety. One day I'll be able to do it. I've been around people who are drinking in my recovery, just not my dad, not yet anyway. Raja, I've had parts of my life where my drinking was slightly out of control, but anything for me that pales in comparison to fent withdrawals isn't hard for me to come off of. That's a good point, Raja. I respect your perspective. Man, I wish it would have been easy for me to come off of the things that I did. I wouldn't change that though. I wouldn't change anything. If I could change a couple things in my life, I might, but my substance misuse recovery is not one of those things, nor the things that I chose to engage in are not. Yeah, the critter life, mixing pills and alcohol. Wish I remember my 20s. Yep. Yep, I can relate to that. Raja, I've had parts of my life where my drinking was slightly. Oh, I just read that already. Moving brain, y'all. I have moving brain. If you didn't know, I think moving brain is a thing. I'm going to hit the live comments here and see. Fighting recovery. See you, 3S in the house. Hey, see you. Welcome in. I have moving brains, so bear with me. I am doing my best to keep up. Y'all are popping off in the comments. You have so many good things to say. And I'm a little spacey. I'm trying to keep up with y'all. If I miss something, or if you have something that's really important that I must see, Maddie, I know that you're going to have something snarky to say here. Bring it on. Please feel free to retype a comment if I miss something, because I have moving brain and I'm here for you, especially if it's something that you're needing support with. Please feel free to type your comment again. Megan, okay, interesting observation, Megan. Fighting for recovery. I've seen you around before. Did you change your name? Your pic I recognize. Let me see the photograph. Oh, you're right. That's isn't that Peter Dillon? Peter Dillon from Kickin' Addiction's channel. Am I right about that? Sorry if I just blew your privacy. Yes, that's what's up. Okay, good. Cool. My memory. Okay, maybe my moving brain is not as bad as I thought it was. This is a true after party. Kevin, thanks for allowing me to have an after party. This is super fun. Okay, so Fighting for Recovery, love the name, says discipline is huge and recovery is something I'm struggling with. Well, thanks for sharing that, Fighting for Recovery, Peter. So many things are running through my mind right now, and I'm wondering, I think most of all, I'm wondering what has worked for you in the past. What is a strategy that you've used in the past that has helped you stay disciplined? And this question is for anybody. This doesn't have to just be for Peter. This could be for anybody. Maddie, I'm in recovery for guitar pedals. I think you've shared that with us before, Maddie. That's one that I've never heard about. Also, it's a very unique thing to be in recovery for. You is special. CU says, the alcohol is so vibrant with colors and their labels. Yes, it looks so tempting, 100%. But just remember, it's all just poison. I already played that game. I know how it ends. Really, really good points. CU, if y'all are not aware, Kickin' Addiction, Kevin over at Kickin' Addiction is hosting a no alcohol 2024 challenge, which I am humbly participating in. He's doing well. He's made it the whole year without drinking, and so have I. I'm happy to report. So if that's something that you're interested in, I don't think he set a requirement that you had to join it from the beginning. So if you search Kickin' Addiction, no alcohol 2024, I'll bet you that video will pop up. And he was just asking that people comment, say that they want to participate, and then give updates as the year goes on. Self-admittedly, I have not given any updates, but no news is good news for me in this case. Luke, what? Pedal withdrawal? See you. 90s raver here. Yup, DC area. Ketamine was not for recovery. LOL. Right. Yeah. I've never actually used ketamine outside of a clinical treatment, which is surprising because I tried just about everything else short from heroin and fent. I never went down that path personally. And thank God, because I have problems controlling the amount of substances that I intake. So I think that would have been a huge issue for me. But because I'm receiving ketamine treatment in a controlled clinical setting, I don't have control over the amount that I'm taking. I just take the prescribed amount. Although I do at homes now, and I mean, I could take more than I'm prescribed, but I don't because I want my mental health to remain stable. And I'm so proud of myself that I can actually do that today. Like, I wouldn't have been able to control myself that way before. Heather in the house. Hey, Heather. How is school going? It's so nice to see you. Mm. See you says when fighting for recovery, use sleep as a new addiction for the first year. That's a really good tip. Sleep is not one that I hear very often when people are talking about coping mechanisms and strategies. So see you, that's a sleep. That's that's something I need to remember for when people are asking me what works. Sleep does work for me. Good point. Okay, so Kevin said, ha, he laughs. He says, T, you're welcome, girl. The people love you. The people love you, Kevin. The people love you. I can share the floor on this one though. Thank you for saying that. I'll accept the compliment. I gotta get better at doing that. Thank you, Kevin. Peter says, absolutely, definitely finding a purpose and setting goals that motivate and helped. Wait a minute. Moving brain. I'm just going to blame every mistake I make this evening on moving brain. That is the topic. Okay. Peter said, absolutely, definitely finding a purpose and setting goals towards that motivates and has helped my past clean time. Well, that is very self-aware of you. I have noticed a few different people, Kevin being one of them, now Peter being one of them, fighting for recovery, showing some serious self-awareness here, and this is a strength. Self-awareness is a strength. These seem like really like you're absolutely right. Having goals, something to work towards, that always helps. And like I've noticed that I've been so busy this past week, getting loaded has not been on my mind whatsoever. It's been the last thing on my mind. I haven't even thought about it, which is a stark difference from where I was a couple months ago. It's all I can think about. So, if you're new to recovery, uh, my experience that I feel like sharing right now has been that it's not always rainbows and butterflies. And people say it gets easier, and I agree, it does get easier, but there are rough patches sometimes. And I wish that people would be more open about those rough patches and how they navigate them when they come up. Megan says sleep and snacks, not the best coping mechanisms, but they sure help. Sleep is such a good one that I've never put on my coping mechanism or strategy list. I've never sleep has never occurred to me before. Such a good one. Maddie, snarky? Me? Well, I never. Yeah, not you, Maddie. You're right. You're right. I have moving brain. Ben, I saw a thing on that. Yeah, that place is horrible. Wait, what place? What I keep missing. What am I missing, Ben? Let me see what Maddie's last comment was. I Maddie, I'm probably going to make a sourdough cookie in the shape of Tara. I want to see that. You could post it in the Discord. Shoot, I forgot to get the link for the Discord so I could drop it like it's hot for y'all. Let's see if I can open up Discord or if it's going to download stuff. All right, okay. It's letting me open it. It's just taking a little while. I'll let it do its thing and then I'll drop that Discord link for you. We're having a meeting tomorrow night at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. It is a blast. Oh my goodness, are there people in there right now? Right on. There. Oh, I love seeing that. Okay, let me drop a link for y'all. You can come tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Just bear with me. I remembered. I have moving brain. I forgot to get the link before I came in here. So there's the link for you. We're going to have a meeting, a face-to-face meeting where I can see your face just like you can see my face. I can hear your voice. You don't have to go on camera if you don't want to, but I just love the face-to-face interaction that is possible with Discord. And so it's not just me reading your comments, it's me getting to see your face and interact with you real time, which is super fun. I really, really enjoy the Thursday night face-to-face meeting. Again, that's tomorrow at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Everybody is welcome. We shoot for 1 hour. Sometimes we stay after the meeting and chat it up. So I would love to see you there. I hope you come and check it out. Anne Marie says, I shortchanged sleep for most of my life. My body went on strike. Don't underestimate the importance of getting sleep. 100%, Anne Marie. Tara, I was replying to Matt saying that Fent is no joke. I used to drive Lyft through Kensington, Philly. Are you serious, Ben? Do you hear that, Kevin? What Ben just said? Ben used to do Lyft through Kensington. That's insane, Ben. How long did you do that for? And what is the wildest ride that you gave? Miss Heather, school is challenging, but it's getting me out of the house and it helps me, it helps keep clear from beer. Let's see. I think I read. Did y'all understand anything that just came out of my mouth? Because I have moving brain. So I'm going to read that again. Heather says, school is challenging, but it's getting me out of the house and helps keep clear from beer. I'm so happy to hear that, Heather. What are you going on 2 months here? Do you have more than 2 months now? Megan coming in with the mod comment. Megan says, in therapy, I express struggle with daytime fatigue, especially when it comes to mental puzzles and challenges. Counselor explained my desire to nap away in fear was my body signaling I'm overwhelmed. Also very insightful, Megan. You're full of good insights. And that the body would just shut down. You know, what a great way to ensure that we're getting enough rest. I've never looked at daytime fatigue as like a potentially positive thing before, but you just the way you said that, Megan, just shifted my brain to thinking about fatigue as actually a signal that the body is telling us we need to do something. Or the opposite, actually, to not do something. Megan, first year of recovery, I've been scared out of my wits without my armor, aka drugs. It is scary, Megan. That's why I say recovery is not for the faint of heart. It can feel so exposed, so like naked, you know. Maddie, hold your comments. My mom's gonna listen to this. Feel free to comment, Maddie. I'm joking, but keep it G. Casey says, Megan, that might explain. Casey, hey Casey, nice to see you. I think maybe, I don't know if I missed, I had to skip around because I got so behind in the comments and I wanted to see what y'all were doing, like how the party was going live. But I'm glad that you're here, Casey. Welcome in. Casey says, Megan, that might explain why all I want to do is sleep. And hey guys, oh, okay, so maybe you're just joining us and I actually caught you live. Sleeping is not a bad thing. In fact, when I go through episodes of depression, which is not happening very often these days, I'm also happy to report. My therapist says that it's okay and actually very helpful to relieve um, part of the depression during that episode to sleep. That sleep is a very healthy coping mechanism. Even if I'm doing it way more than what might be viewed as healthy, she said it's actually a good way to cope with the depression. That was news to me. Right, Kevin? Kevin says, OMG, that's scary AF. I would never, I mean, I guess never say never, but Ben, I just, your, um, I'm trying to think of a G way to say this. Your, how can I say this? I don't think there's a good way for me to say this and still set a good example for some people on the channel. I'm just going to say you've got some courage, which is not what my first thought was, to be honest, but you've got some courage, Ben. Maddie says, Anne Marie, I'm going to Carolina in my mind. And then Anne Marie says, have you been there, Matt? I keep meaning to look up some good places to go, but I haven't. Matt, I think Maddie is quoting a song, which I actually got this time, even though I have moving brain. I actually was tracking on that one, Maddie. Luke says, I just napped and woke up here. My recovery is from sleep reducers, and at some point, I would just sleep like a party crasher. Your body probably needed it. You know, if you're like going off of no sleep for a period of time or minimizing the amounts, like, yeah, dude, you had to catch up. Some people say, what do you think about this? All of you. Some people say that, oh my God, the thought just, it was there and then it just left. Okay, I remember. Caught it. Some people say that sleep can never be caught up on. Like it's not a bank. It's a you get it or you don't, and if you don't, then you lose that the ability to recuperate from that period. Do you think, which way do you think it is? Do you think that we actually, Ben, you might have some information on this. Can we catch up from sleep, or is it a one and done opportunity? You miss out, the boat has sailed. Heather, Megan, I feel you. I'm at 2 months and feel raw. You are at 2 months. Heather, congratulations on 2 months. That is a long time. My hoodie is my comfort shield at school. Heather's a hoodie kind of girl. Oh, Matt drove in Kensington. I thought, Ben, you said you drove in Kensington. Did I miss something? Matt Torrance drove Lyft in Kensington, not me. I only drive people crazy. Oh, I missed it. Okay. Thank you for the correction. I appreciate that. I have moving brain. I wonder how many times I can say that this evening that I have moving brain. Is anybody counting? I probably have a few more of those left in me. Okay, so Luke says it was definitely catching up for a solid month or so. Okay, so Luke says we can catch up. Maddie, hey, hey, does anyone know if Tara has moving brain? I'm just not sure. I wish she would tell us. Hey, Maddie, guess what? Okay, Ben says, yes, you can catch up on sleep. That's what I thought. I thought it's got to be possible to catch up on sleep. Otherwise, you would just always be tired if you missed some. That's what I said. Not that I know it all, but it can take several days depending, says Ben. Several days relative to what? Relative to a missed hour? Relative to a missed REM cycle? Relative to an entire missed night? What are we talking here, Ben? Can lead to adrenal fatigue. Yeah, I don't need any of that. I'm going back. I'm scrolling back. Megan earlier said, I'm in southern Canada. Wait, I don't. Oh, Megan wanted to know what B Dubs is. Yeah, Buffalo Wild Wings. Thanks for explaining that, everyone. It's a restaurant. They have pretty good wings there. All different types of wings and beer. I don't even know what else they have because that's literally all I ever got when I used to go to B Dubs with my friends was wings and beer. Dang, I missed a lot. Thanks for bearing with me, everyone. Oh, Megan, you dropped a link to the Clarity. That was really nice of you. Thanks for being a great mod. Dang, I missed a lot. I'm trying to go back to the beginning where I missed it, but my efforts might be futile. Oh, I think I found it. Okay, so Megan says, she thanked me. I wish I knew what she was thanking me for. This was like, oh my gosh, this was almost an hour ago. I can't believe I scrolled back that far. I'm gonna go through a few of these and then come back live with y'all, just so you know. So Megan said, I'm on Effexor. Its common side effect is insomnia. The doctor has now added trazodone to my routine for sleep aid. Yeah, Megan, I took Effexor for a period of time, and unfortunately, it was not a good fit for me because it actually had the opposite effect on me. It made me sleepy. My body processes things in a very weird way. So does my brain. I hope the Effexor is working well for you, Megan. And perhaps you answered this question already. Bear with me if you did. I'm wondering how you like the Effexor. And how long have you been taking that, if I can ask? Yes. So Zach said, Kevin, great stream. And Kevin said, thanks, Zach. Glad you were there, buddy. It was a great stream. I really dug the vibe of that stream. Maddie says, Tara, how are you? How's everybody's favorite sexy avocado doing tonight? Wow. I did not expect that. I'm doing okay. I'm doing well, actually. Hey, Maddie, guess what? I'm not going to say it. Okay, Megan said it's been good. So far, it's been good. The trazodone. I'm guessing that you mean that the combination is going well, Megan, and that makes me happy. If that's what you mean, yeah, feel free to let me know. I'm hoping I can get to your response. Okay, so Raja, is Raja still here? Raja, earlier, an hour ago, you made a thanks for bearing with me. You said, for starters, in my recovery journey, keep in mind I've come off cold turkey several times, but always ended up relapsing a few days or weeks in. In December, though, I decided to go cold turkey again. I ended up traveling to Seattle, where my mom lives, and stayed with her for 2 weeks. What a great strategy to stay clean, Raja, to go to your mom's house. Like, it seems like you know what's going to work for you and what's not. I just hope you know, Raja, that we are here to support you. Between Kevin and myself and a lot, there's so many people and resources out there that want to see you succeed, and I just want you to know that I'm proud of you for prioritizing your well-being. David said, I'm breathing right now. I'm so glad that you are, David. Oh, Raja had to go. Okay, maybe Raja's not in here anymore. He said, catch you later. I hope you're enjoying B dubs, Raja. Kevin, what happened to you in your stream? I don't know if you're still listening to this or not, but I feel like 15 minutes has passed and we already just passed an hour. That's kind of unbelievable to me. Okay, so I just scrolled forward uh, to your live comments, and Casey says, Tara, how far is your move? It is not far, Casey. It's right down the street. I'm staying in the same magical city somewhere in California, right down the. It's like 3/4 of a mile down the street from where I live now. Maddie says, I have a song recommendation for Tara, and I'd like to dedicate the song to her. What's your recommendation, Maddie? Yeah, Maddie, she's only moving next door, pretty much. Pretty much. I just have like the same background the next time you see me. But I swear I'm in a different place. Whoa, Ben, I know SEAL training is the same with that week of staying up with only like 4 hours of sleep all week. That sounds miserable. The Critter Life says, I reached psychosis from sleep deprivation sprinkled with the hard benzo withdrawal. That also sounds like nothing that I would want to go through. I think, I wonder if I've been in a state of drug induced psychosis. I'm sure I have, even though I don't want to admit it. Megan says, Heather, you and your hoodie got this. Heather gave me a hoodie, by the way. I love that hoodie, Heather. I wear it to bed. It's like one of my most cozy bedtime hoodies that I wear. So when Matt said Casey, she's only moving next door, Casey says, thanks, Matt. Was just curious. She keeps talking about vans. So I thought she might be living my dream. I've been in and out. Casey, I used to live in my car. I lived in my car for 5 years, and I don't think I'll ever live in a vehicle full time ever again in my life. Like, I'm serious. I did it for 5 years and did not have a place of residence. My vehicle was my place of residence. That being said, I did tell Kevin that I'd love to purchase a van from him because he's starting a used car business to travel in. I would love to get a van. Something I could stand up. Kevin, if you're here, this is important to me. I want something I can stand up in. Something, I would love to get a four-wheel drive. I don't know if that's going to be a reality for me or not, but definitely something low profile that doesn't look like someone's living in it. I won't be living in it. I'll have a home also. That's pretty much it. I love white with tinted windows. That's my favorite look. Or if it's not white, like a champagne color with tinted windows. Yes, that's it. Not yet. I'm not ready for it yet. I'm still not ready to hit the road again, Casey, because I did that for 5 years, but probably in the next 2 or 3 years, I'll be ready to buy a van and hit the road part-time, not full-time, and I'll keep my place. But Casey, I'm moving into an apartment. Yeah, Casey, I love the YouTube videos where you can make a van home rebuild. So Casey, I fully intend. I told Kevin I want a cargo van. Again, not anytime soon. It'll be like a few years. This will be a few years out. I want a cargo van. I want to build it out myself. And my thought is that eventually I will be recovered enough to be able to go back to that type of lifestyle and to maintain my recovery. And my thought as I sit here, I hesitate to share this with y'all, but I think it's kind of an interesting fun fact is that if and when I achieve that, I am looking forward to sharing that journey with you. I think I think it would be a really fun thing to document the progress. Because as you can see from my ketamine playlist, the very, very beginning of it, I was in really rough shape before I started that treatment. But to achieve a full recovery and to be able to go back to all the things that I was doing before I entered recovery will be a really exciting moment for me. Thanks, Casey. Okay, Megan says, I've been on Effexor since December. Tried other antidepressants, but this one works. I'm so happy to hear that. That it's we're all so different, and it's like I'm so glad, Megan, that I didn't say something about Effexor that turned you off from it because it's working for you. I sometimes feel shame of needing the meds, but man, it's a great tool for now, and life seems more colorful. I feel the same way, Megan. Of course, in a perfect world, I wouldn't be on anything right now, but the truth is that I am, and that it's helping to improve the quality of my life. And quite honestly, if I have to stay on mental health meds for the rest of my life in order to be a functioning, productive member of society who's proud of the way my life is going, then I will. Not before I try coming off of them, though. Like I do want to try and come off of them eventually, but if I end up needing support for the rest of my life, then so be it. I'm cool with that. Also, earlier, Megan says, in therapy, I express struggle with, oh, I read that already. Do you know why? Not to your comment, Megan. I'm not asking why about your comment. I was making a moving brain reference for Maddie. Maddie said earlier said ketamine is cat tranquilizer. The NYC club kids of the 90s used to get high on it. Yeah, I'm very aware. Maddie. I don't get high on it. I have sort of a it's a relative to what people do on the street. I take a low dose and it really just I don't even get psychedelic effects from it anymore. It sends me into a meditative state is what I would call it. I've built up a tolerance over the past few months and I really don't trip anymore, which I need to do a video, an update video on this. It's really just change in perception for like an hour. Not even. It's like 45 minutes or something like that. It's very mellow compared to street drugs, in my opinion. See you earlier said, I haven't drank for 2 years. First year I was taking 2 naps a day. Now I'm down to 1 nap. Took that long to recover. That's great progress. See you and thanks for sharing that with us. That that type of thing is really helpful for other people to hear because it's hard to remember sometimes in early recovery that the way we feel is temporary and that it will pass. So thank you. Yeah, now see you is referencing the K hole. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely don't even approach the K holes in ketamine treatment, not even close. Oh, I missed something from Fighting for Recovery. Are you still here fighting recovery? So I definitely didn't skip this on purpose, but I'm just seeing that Peter says, had a little slip up today. Been doing my recovery in a dull way, if that makes sense. My mindset and perspective, my mindset and perspective needs to change in my day to day to make progress. That's what I'm focusing on. Peter, thanks for sharing what you're going through with us. It sounds like it sounds like you're looking at this in a healthy way. You said you had a little slip up, and to me, that tells me you're not beating yourself up about it too bad. You have not lost all the recovery time that you have acquired so far, and that's a really important part, I think, of what it is that you're going through right now. And I want you to remember that you still have all that time that you've acquired. And you already know what you need to do. You already say that your perspective needs to change and you're wanting to shift your focus. I think you're doing great, Peter. This is your recovery journey you're on and I'm proud of you. Megan earlier said critical questions, wings or drumsticks. Okay, Megan. Or I think people call them flats. I've never heard that before. I like both wings and drumsticks. But lately, I've noticed that my local Trader Joe's has had a really good deal on organic drumsticks. So I've been getting those because they're only $2.99 a pound, which is very affordable for organic chicken. And then I make chicken broth with the bones afterwards. If they had wings for that price, I'd probably go for the wings. But I was at a celebration of life this past weekend and there were drumsticks and wings in there and I actually grabbed drumsticks. So they're both good. That's a hard decision to make. They're both good. I'm just scrolling through. I'm gonna I'm gonna go back to the live comments so that I don't get too lost in the sauce here. And if I skipped a comment of yours, I do apologize. I'm trying to get to everything, but it's not always possible. Raja is back in the house. How was B Dubs, Raja? Was it so worth it? Was it everything that you've ever dreamed of? Yeah. Yeah, Raja. Actually, that was good timing because I just went back and looked at some of your comments from earlier. And if you well, before I say it again, did you hear anything I just said about the comment? I literally just type yes or no in the comments, Raja, and I'll say it again what I just said if you need to hear it again. No. Okay. All right, Raja. So to reiterate what I just said, and feel free to go back because I literally just talked about it. Feel free to go back and watch it 2x or single speed, just not even the past 5 minutes, but I'll reiterate if you don't want to do that. I think that it's wonderful that you are looking at your recovery and the wait, was it you that said that you just had the slip up today or was that someone else? Cuz now my moving brain is kicking in. Let me go back and look really quick. Um Oh no, that was Peter that said that. So let me look at Raja's comments here. So Raja, I do remember you saying that you here, I'm going to read this comment out loud. You were talking about drinking then, but for starters in my recovery journey, keep in mind I've come off cold turkey several times, but always ended up relapsing a few days or weeks. In December, though, I decided to go cold turkey again. So, one thing that I said, Raja, because later on you talked about how you moved in with your mom, I believe it was, or uh, I think it was your mom. And I thought that was a great way to prioritize your well-being, moving into a safe environment where you knew you weren't going to get loaded. Really good move there. And then I didn't actually see this comment. I'm looking at it now. You said, while I was in Seattle, I had to go to the hospital because on the fourth night I had uncontrollable vomiting all night and couldn't take it anymore. They prescribed me subs, but I never ended up taking it. When I got back from Seattle and went back to New York, I ended up taking the subs. That was actually going to be my next question, but I was like, wait, I need to read the next comment. So, Raja, I actually didn't read these comments before, but I'm glad that you prompted me to do it because it's important. I ended up taking my subs at first, but that lasted maybe a week and a half before I relapsed. Why do you think that is, Raja? Because I've been following Kevin over at Kick and Addiction for some time. And something I've picked up from him in terms of dosing is that if you're having cravings, then your dose might not be right. And this is not medical advice. I'm not a medical health professional. For me, though, when I've had cravings, I have had really good luck when I have talked to my medical healthcare provider who does my prescribing, which in my case is my psychiatric nurse practitioner. She's a rock star. I cannot say enough good things about her. And I have told on myself, I have been scared to the bone to tell her that I wanted to get high. This was 2 months ago, just to give you a frame of reference. 2 months ago, I was so scared that I was going to compromise my recovery. So I went to her and I said, I'm scared. I want to get high. I don't want to just dabble. I don't just want a little bit. Like, I want to get gone. And we decided to add a medication to my mix. Now it's not subs because that wouldn't be appropriate for my recovery. But we did add, for me, I'll just be transparent and I'll tell you what we added for me, which again, this is not medical advice. What works for me might not work for you. We're all so different. For me, she prescribed Wellbutrin. It helps people stop smoking. And I will be honest, I was wanting to try the hard stuff to get absolutely twisted. And since I started taking that, I have not had a single craving. It's not even a thought anymore. So I never thought that something that could help people stop smoking would help me with more intense cravings, but it has. So talk to your, I don't give advice, but something that I can recommend as a peer support specialist is to talk to your medical health care provider. And I can say from experience that being honest with my prescriber has been a game changer for both my life and my recovery. And if you don't like your prescriber, find someone else who understands addiction. Let's see what else Raja said. I relapsed for about a week and a half and got on subs for a few days. I've been clean for about a month now, taking 8 milligram strips daily. How do you feel like that dose? How does that feel for you? And again, I'm not a medical health care provider. I'm not trying to give you any advice at all, but I am curious as to how you like that dosage of 8 milligrams. And I see you said blue cheese with wings is also bussin'. Does that mean it's really good? Excuse my ignorance. All right, let me go back to the live comments. Also, Raja, did I answer your questions about your comments? Did I miss anything? I think I got to the heart of what you were asking, but if I didn't and there's something that's unresolved and you want clarity on it, just on my perspective, please feel free. I slipped up in January, says Raja. Okay, and before that he said, before hopping on Kevin's stream, I had 2 beers after work and I was home while watching the stream, but went out to B-dubs because my friend hit me up. I had mild buffalo this time. Okay. And what else does Raja say? I'm cool with everything you've written, Raja, just so you know. Like, you have my support about all of this. Raja says, I wasn't withdrawing, but I was still craving a lot. That's what mainly led to my relapse. Also, after drinking, it always made my cravings worse. But now I'm at a point where I don't worry about it. I can now drink as much as I want. I think my body needed a while to adjust to the 8 milligrams of subs coming from Fed. I probably should have started a higher dose or methadone, but I made it work. I took a lot of kratom in the process when switching though. Kratom helped a lot with the withdrawals. And Raja said yes, that I answered. Well, that okay. So I think you're saying, Raja, yes to that I answered your question. Um, I'm wondering if you answered the question and maybe I missed it because Maddie, you're gonna love this. I have moving brain. I'm wondering about the 8 milligrams. Do you like that where you're at with the Suboxone? Okay. Thanks for answering that so quickly, Raja. He says, or she, Raja, how do you identify? If I can ask, in terms of your, is gender the correct word? I want to be respectful about this. I think I probably, oh wait, at the start, 8 milligrams was hard. Okay, but it's nice for now. I think I probably should have started at a higher dose or methadone. Okay, Raja is a male. Okay, so I can use he for you. I hope that's okay. Okay. Like trying to be sensitive here. I like I think I probably should have started at a higher dose or methadone, but I ended up making 8 milligrams work. Okay. Well, if you're cool with that and you're chilling, that I think that's wonderful. The 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 reason that I shared my experience about talking to my medical health care provider about cravings was because I was not chilling. Like I was on the verge doing something I didn't want to do. And that's I think really key point, that there's nothing wrong with engaging with substance use in and of itself. For me though, when it boils down to not wanting to do something but feeling a drive to do it anyway, even though I don't want to do it, for me that's a problem. And that's exactly the road I felt I was going down. Like I was approaching doing something that I didn't want to do. And that was a very scary, disempowered place to be. So I'm glad I asked for help when I needed it. And help is out there. Maddie says, "Hi, Tara's mom. What's shaking?" Raj, I'm glad you have a friend that you can vent to like that. That's really, really wonderful. I have one really close friend that I feel like I can vent to about anything, and she vents to me about anything. That is a very rare and valuable thing, in my opinion, to have someone like that. I love Heather's comment. So Heather said earlier to Megan, "You totally get it, Megan. I'm so stoked for you. You deserve a beautiful, colorful life." And I 100% agree with that. Megan is a very lovely lady, and you do deserve a colorful life. I think that was well put, Heather. Uh, Speaking of, okay, so y'all already know. I don't have to tell you again that I'm in the process of moving, and I totally have moving brain. I think I need to start landing the plane right now. If you have any comments that I have skipped over because there was just too much for me to get to tonight, please, and it needs to be addressed. If it's an urgent matter and it needs to be addressed, please feel free to type it. Maddie, what are subs? Maddie, subs, it's Suboxone. It's an opioid withdrawal medication. It's to help people come, I don't know if that's the correct terminology, I could be wrong, but it's used to help people come off of opioids and to help ease their withdrawal symptoms from opioids. I'm not an expert. I'm not a medical health professional, so I'm sharing like my perspective of what I picked up, and I could be totally wrong with the words, the language that I just used. So if anybody wants to correct me, feel free. Raja, or some people call Subutex subs too. Okay, I did not know that, Raja. Thank you for sharing that. Hmm. Raja, Subutex is methadone? Is that I did not know that. Is that true? And Suboxone is bupe? I did not know that. I thought I thought they were both bupe for some reason. Hmm. Raja, you have just educated us, and I appreciate that. So yeah, y'all. I My voice feels like it's about to go out any moment here, and I'm pretty tired. I've been moving for the past couple days and I've got one more day ahead of me of moving. So if I miss one of your comments, now would be a great time to prompt me to answer a question that you have or a concern. If nothing comes through, we'll go ahead and land this thing. Put your seat trays up. Please pop your seat backs up and enjoy the descent. I'll wait here a few minutes and I'll just briefly scan to see if I missed anything. I feel like I'm about to fall asleep as I'm sitting here. Bear with me, y'all. I just want to give you an opportunity to speak now or forever hold your peace before we actually wind this thing down. Okay, so Raja gave us some more clarification. Methadone is a little stronger than regular Suboxone. And Suboxone is but plus naloxone together. I did know that. I forgot though. And then Ben says, thanks, Tara. Stay ornery. Wouldn't have it any other way, Mr. Ben. Casey says, night, y'all. Casey, I'm so glad you were here. Critter Life, returning seat to upright position. I like your style, Critter Life. And Raja says, thanks, Tara. We'll see you next week. All right, y'all. So it sounds like we are good to go. It was a beautiful session this evening, if I can call it a session. Stream. That's what this is. It's a stream. I get a pass because I have a moving brain. All right. Well, I have some other things. I'm thinking of how Kevin said I should start doing guided meditations. And I'm like, I might go that route. But for now, we're not going to end this with a meditation or anything because I haven't prepared it and I need to think about that. So for now, until next time, I will just say, and Raja, thank you. I do hope to see you around here again. You are always welcome here. So until next time, I want to say it has been a pleasure speaking with you as always. I love you all so very much, and it is an absolute pleasure to be here with you and for y'all to have kept me company for the past hour and 37 minutes. And like I said, until next time, I hope we talk soon.